Hey, welcome back. So, continuing from yesterday's conversation, we want you to be yourself like us. I said something that I think some people find somewhat uncomfortable. Sometimes we don't have a problem with people failing to love us. The problem is that they are not loving us the way we would love them. And those are completely different things. Because humans are different, not just in personality, we are different in our temperament, our capacity, our resources, our emotional expression, communication style, and even in the natural things, we notice. One person notices presence, another person notices provision. One person thinks, if you love me, you call me. Another person thinks, if you love me, you help me solve this problem. One person gives time, another person gives money. One person gives emotional support, another person gives practical support. One person remembers the little things, another person handles the big things. They say little things matter. Anyway, let's continue. And here is where relationships become a little more complicated. We often recognize our form of contribution much faster than we recognize the other person's form of contribution. We start making comparison like, I do this for you. What do you do for me? I'm always there for you. And then the other person is saying, but I have spent so much on you. One person is saying, I always check on you. The other person is saying, but I'm the one who solves your problem. And so before long, two people who were actually complementing each other suddenly are behaving like competitors. Each person is trying to prove that I have been given more. And here is where another mistake happens. We confuse equality with sameness. So we think that a fair relationship is one where I do this, so you have to do this too. If I'm calling you, you are calling me. If I'm giving you money, you are giving me money. But that's not necessarily what friendship is about. Sometimes the value in friendship is recognizing that two people can contribute differently, yet contribute meaningfully. Because the same person who has more time may not have more money, and the person who provides more money may not have more time. So let each person contribute what they have per time. Just as sometimes the person who has that emotional capacity may bear emotional burden a lot more today, while the other person might be the one doing it tomorrow. So relationship is supposed to be accommodating. It is not a function of two identical people. We are two different people, and so it is important we recognize the value each person is contributing. And here is one of the reasons we struggle a lot more in relationship. I want someone who is themselves, but what I mean is that I want you to be yourself as long as your version of yourself meets my expectation. So I want you to be yourself the way I want you. So in the end, what we are simply saying is that when your individuality inconveniences me, there's a problem. When our difference becomes a friction, we want someone with their own personality, but we want their personality to function like our personality. So, in other words, we want you to be yourself, but we want yourself to look a lot like us. And perhaps here is one lesson I really want us to learn. The goal of a relationship is not to find somebody who mirrors you. It's not even to find someone who completes you. Because one of the marks of maturity is learning to say, You don't have to contribute exactly like me for your contribution to matter. You don't have to call as much as I call. You don't have to visit as much as I visit. You don't have to spend money the way I spend money before I can recognize and appreciate your contribution. And the other part is this: you also don't have to express affection the exact same way I express affection. But I should be able to handle it maturely and ask, what are you actually bringing that I may have been too busy measuring my own sacrifice, thus I do not recognize your own? Because the moment we stop demanding for sameness, we'll begin to see the value that each person is contributing. And that is something we really, really need to pay a lot attention to. Because people are not like us. People are different. And it is time we find strength in our difference and appreciate each person's contribution.